menu just to eat an appetizer and walk away. I want Counter-Strike. I want action-packed rounds, maybe even an overtime. But it's on mousesports to deliver it, because Astralis, well, they've already delivered a hell of a performance on that opening map. Can they repeat? Can they three-peat? So many questions. So many rounds still to be played. I mean, let's be real, we can't jump the gun. This would just be that 2-0, but a reverse sweep at a best of 5, that is a rare occasion.
Nothing special just yet. No decisions being made. Whatever is easy to take, they'll take it. They know Frozen's back here. They might have a read on what the setup is going to be, so there's pressure on mousesports to maybe take a peek here or there. Wouldn't be the worst idea to look down mid, maybe. And there's a chance. Very clinical stuff here from Rops. That's one down at the bottom of mid, and immediately Astralis is like, oh, you want to fight? Okay, we'll come to A.
Getting one step closer. It's Dupree over towards the balcony. He will be kept in by Kerrigan. Oh, Robs with the one tap. And Glave's going to take one through the corner of the wall. So it's the exit from the balcony that's meant to go well for Astralis. But Kerrigan, he's going to be able to slip himself around the box before finally dying to Zipex. But Zipex doesn't have a bomb. And Zipex isn't floppy.
Yeah, what a world that we could say that. At least in this tournament, honestly, Floppy's the most clutch player on the goddamn planet for what we see. So, yeah, that's true. Let's say he's on a loss streak on the 1v1, Zipex. Not quite the Zipex of old, at least not in this past day or two. Really good stuff here by Rops. Even in another headshot through the wall, and he'll even catch Glaive after he's shooting him in the head through the wall. Rops, go kill.
That's the game plan.
Damn, who knew it was so easy? Just gotta pay for Rops.
Oop.
Come on, Rops. Oh, god damn it.
Come on. Third time's the charm.
Back to 1.6.
I like how they just gave up. They don't even boost BMAS, or use BMAS to boost him. Like, no, never mind. I didn't want to go up there to begin with.
I'm rushing underpass.
Frag grenade is on the money. Frozen and Chris J throwing them nades down deep. And the tapping away with the MP7. Frozen, nicely done. Making money off those SMGs. You know, it's about taste. It's about preference when it comes to SMGs. I think Chris J uses the MP7 just because it's covered in those Katowice 2014 stickers.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why. He is really good. He does buy it a lot. Like,
yeah.
It's like
MP7's a great gun.
It's a great gun. It's just a little expensive. Like, if it was any cheaper, it'd be easily the best SMG pound for pound.
You know.
It still could be worth it because you get that loss bonus. But yes.
It's Chris J.
It's Chris J. Whatever you need him to do, J. Okay. So here are some nades into Banana. The tricky part about this is that we've seen what mousesports do when they fall back into the sites. They'll try to re-aggress at the top of Banana. But look how far out Majesty's getting. He's making sure that they don't push up again. And this position will also result in a kill as Chris was looking to rotate. There's a player at first oranges, but Astralis can move into an exec right behind this.
Frozen behind second oranges now, tucking back, Frozen. Well, he's lost Kerrigan, who's here to try and help. Rops just on the other side could start putting M4 shots through, but it's Frozen still to hold the line. He hasn't died, 19 health left, and he evacuates into the dark corner. Zipex and Shadow shown.
Uh-oh.
And now Frozen knows he is in for a world of hurt, but here comes Rops, pushing through the smoke for a single kill. And to fight, well, it's a labored spray, leaving him and Dupree incredibly low. Despite having the better weapons, Astralis stalling out on the front of this bomb site, but they will still have a chance to close. As Device slips by, Rops seems to know exactly what he's doing. Nicely done by Rops. 7-0 off the start, 3 kills in this round.
Okay. Well, that was such a nice round for mousesports. First of all, Frozen staying alive. Talked a lot about Device's ability to stay alive from quad, using his nades. Protocols were fantastic here. Great flashes from BMAS. Want to credit him for helping them delay long enough. You know, if there are no flashes into the site, then all of the Astralis players can just swarm. They know Frozen's by himself. They can try to attack him, but the flashes constantly made it harder for them to make progress. and this perpetual threat of someone pushing CT spawn loomed over top of them. Interesting idea here. We saw Godsent kind of just wait and then re-aggress, right? After top banana would be taken, knowing that mousesports would eventually fall back like they are doing again. Astralis, on the other hand, last round, they just pushed up early, got through in between the grenades. A different style of it.
Dupree is dead. Frozen challenging on Coffins. Chris J up close on top of it with the Molotov to burn Glaive. Still very much early days, but this has got to be a little bit of a relief for mousesports that the second map doesn't start the first way. The way the first one ended. Little AK spray. Device is delivering 3 kills, bomb in front of him, and a smoke to retrieve it. Let's see what Device...
Oh, no way he gets that!
Device is on for the ace. It took him 4 rounds to get a single kill, but the moment he has 1, he has 4.
He might go A. Rotates through... Oh my god, he runs this fast. This guy, man. He's just, his brain is pulsating right now. The lobes are going. He's running over to the A site. It's a complete read. There will be so long before Robs figures out it's not this site and runs back. There is almost no chance that Robs even wins this round.
I just said that they must feel relieved.
He knows how long it'll take for Robs to get back here based on how early he ran. He can play this however he wants.
Robs does have the kit, an incendiary and a flashbang. He's got health advantage. But it's Device. Sitting back in the little pit. Robs is going to come out. If he takes out any utility once he exits this door, he's going to be so exposed, and now he's been seen. Device dodges the first couple of shots. Robs is going to take some damage, and Device goes down. Robs, it's him that seems invincible here on Inferno. 8-0. And a 4th round for mousesports, but talk about puckered.
Oh my god. It comes down to those few taps. I'm actually shocked that Device peaks from Mini like that. In that position. Understanding where Robs is coming from, spotting him, delaying of time would have been entirely possible. The Device looked like he wanted to end it in style. Look at these kills. After all that, he'll go for the aim map versus Robs. That's brave.
Let that be a warning to mousesports. Now we've got Astralis on the full-fledged buy.
What was that start? 1v what? 1v3? Well, either way, lots of damage dealt off that round, but it's, you know, mousesports falling on their feet, and some of these scrappy rounds are able to survive.
Nicely timed. Taking Device down to 50 health, that's nothing to just shrug about. No close rotation, 2 Ts from Astralis, still over on the A site. Let's see what this scrambles. Kerrigan now coming over. Everybody leaving banana from Astralis. A lot of pressure on BMAS. And I think if we see Astralis start to hit this A site, that's where BMAS has to turn into 3MAS. He needs to be able to get them big multi-kills today. He needs to be able to step up alongside Frozen and Robs like he has been for mousesports.
Watch for the next flash.
Comes over the top. Kerrigan's going to be behind the tall box. BMAS dies instantly, empty-handed, but here's Robs. He has 10 kills already. And he's got 2 more to take down here. Man advantage for mousesports, and Rob's going to cool off because he knows he can wrap this around through the apartments. Astralis in the post plant yet again. Not much room to wiggle with. Magisk over in the pit.
Oh, he's moving up fast.
Yeah, Robin's right on the cusp of it. Smoke over the top. Magisk in the open, caught off guard. Robs now 3 kills in this one, and it's Zipex relegated to the backside, popped by Robs. He is doing his best Device impression because this kid's 12-0 off the get-go. mousesports leading 5-0.
He is sick at Inferno. Here on the CD side, so much work being put in. That initial spray, usually it's burst with Robs, but he has 2 targets out in front of him. Continuation onto Device, who was brought down low by the HE nade of Frozen earlier on the round over on Banana, and just perfect angle clearing. He is the guy on T side to come through halls and knows how to entry, so you better believe he knows how to retake from it on CT side.
mousesports outflashed Astralis 89-41 on Train. Chris J had twice as many flash assists as Astralis did. It did not matter.
Yeah, so that's one of those positions where Chris J's just flashing over T-Con every round. He just gets like 4 flash assists every single round, but it's just part of the default. So some of those cannot actually result in anyone being peaked while they're flashed.
Participation points is what you're saying.
Yeah. And we didn't even get to see much of Astralis' T side to bring that stat back.
Well, now we get to see their T side. mousesports get to try and hold it off. Very strong start. Grenades have been excellent for mousesports towards Banana.
Yeah, they've been good. I mean, they definitely have the nades to keep up, 100%. I'm not going to say they have many weaknesses on this map. mousesports just coming to form helps them bring this up. Frozen, eyes on him again. You know, so good on the CT side. Chris, he's dying sometimes. Frozen. Oh, he'll get the kills, and Rops will put one between the eyes of Dupree, jumping up under the balcony. They're moved back into the site, but they're up a player, and they've done that early damage, as you pointed out, on device once again.
Another test for the B bomb site. Kerrigan coming over.
Nice rotation over here from the CT side.
It's 2 smokes between mousesports. No fire to be thrown here at the feet of Astralis. Flashbang for Kerrigan. Sees a foot as he walks away from it. Is he going to come back in for second servings? They're on high alert. They put down a smoke for the incendiary. Frozen on the new box. He's the player with the vision. It's an op alongside him. Chris to 33 HP. Kerrigan's going to deliver a kill alongside Chris. Frozen now coming into the action. Only 2 Ts to take down. It's Device and Glaive on the side of Coffin with no bomb possession. And another kill from Chris despite all of that on top of him, but it's Device in the clutch. He jumps, he gets back bomb, 2 CTs to peek from spawn, and BMAS cuts him down. mousesports have not stuttered. mousesports have not stalled. 6-0 the start.
So nicely done here from mousesports. Rob's 13-0. Frozen so good at that quad position. I think they're not mollying him because they don't want it to be smoked. They want him to fight, but they're not getting the opportunities. The rotations are really good for mousesports. Kerrigan goes for a read that round, walking over early towards the B site, but you have to give credit where credit's due. He knows when he should move. Alex said, you know, it was always hard to keep track of him when it came to when he'd stack, and it's something that he likes to do. And yeah, Glaive kind of did the same thing when it came to out-calling him on Train. So the confidence is starting to change hands a little bit here. Things very much making sense for mousesports.
Oh, hefty.
Like a purse full of lead, lands right on him. Hits him in the chest.
That's going to be just as good.
Clearing 100 damage with that one.
Yep. It's all shared across 3 players. Kerrigan, a little bit labored on the spray, but he gets there. And he still stands. BMAS kind of pulled between 2 directions, finds the better of the timing, but can't quite kill Magisk. Oh, and Rops finally dies. It's to the Mac 10 of Zipex. His first death of this second map. Kerrigan going to try to spam some damage, but I think mousesports have to save.
That's a shocking way to lose a round. They actually had good positions to hold. Of course, Zipex's kill on Rops is everything. If he holds up there, they cannot enter the site too easily. They could still probably score a bomb plant, but then Kerrigan also not getting the damage, enough damage off on Arch, plus the early kill and HE damage to follow for mousesports. I think they were set up pretty well, but those 2 entries, of course, this is what we talked about, the variance. You know, if you don't have the overstack site, you can't make up for the fact that a couple of either lucky entries or really sick entries will make it so that you have no chance of winning the round, even though they clearly have better guns.
So 4 survivors here for Astralis. Direct correlation. Rops dies, Astralis succeed.
Yeah, just like the device storyline. Yeah, Rops has been everything. So attack timeout will be called.
They are mirroring Astralis. This is exactly what happened on Train.
As soon as they lose a round,
pause. Talk it out.
Everything was flowing. Now they just want to say, is there anything we need to talk about there?
Oh, good, you're awake. Rops grabbed more kills in 5 rounds of Inferno than he got on Train.
Honestly, looked a little bit shaky on Train. Was surprised to see that. It's definitely a good map for him. Looked somewhat off, but yeah, call him an Inferno specialist. He's been doing numbers on this map.
Somebody had to step up after that first map because they all had their heads cut down. Definitely knocked down a peg here in terms of confidence from Astralis on Train.
This has been very impressive so far from mousesports, from Rops. Kerrigan's coming through with reads. You know, they're removing the cobwebs that were there on Train.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a slow start, you know, but now the cogs are churning. The wheels are turning. mousesports yearning to bounce back on this second one. Try to even out the series. 2-0 in a best of 5 is a daunting task. It's the name of the patience here from Zipex. Rob's gonna have his attention kind of pulled between both this doorway and the apartments themselves. Zipex, don't look away, because now is your chance. And he will find that first kill versus Robs, but it's Chris J still scoped in up close, crouching. He's right there.
You see Zipex aiming so low, but the crouch is even beneath this, and oh my god. Can somebody just peek, please? They're so close. Somebody make a move!
And it's gonna cost him. Zipex, with ice in his veins, waits out Chris J. 5 versus 3 off of the back of that, but good damage from BMAS. 2 kills through the smoke. That's massive. It's enough.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's enough, all right. They've had enough. As they try to get into this A site, we see Astralis taking down a peg. Surprise, surprise. It's BMAS from the corner. Flash through smoke. He's on for the ace, and he's gonna get it. mousesports right back on the board.
The disrespect lineup through the smoke on Arch. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, lines him up and knocks him down. They can't even turn the corner. That's sick. He had the pre-aim ready, the timing ready. Like they're playing Human Centipede out here, trying to get around into the site.
It's gruesome, that's for sure.
They're eating bullets, not ass in this one. Look at the damage.
It's nuts. The reload stays recomposed, goes right back to what was working. Flashes himself through the smoke. Closes. That round is all BMAS. That's not support from a teammate. That's not presence from anybody else. He didn't find some timing because his initial hold in apartments went semi-well. No, that is BMAS from the start to the end. Digest that one.
I'm trying.
Not you, Frankie.
You're all right.
Double arch setup. Kerrigan here this time. New challenge. Rops.
Same position, swings out. Oh, he gets, oh, he does flick back. Or does he get a kill in the background?
He does, no, he flicks back.
Oh. Sexy stuff from Rops. BMAS inside of the pit. Let's see it, kid. Goes extending around the side of his own smoke. And sure enough, Magic's gonna give him a little taste of his own medicine. We're back down into the 2 versus 2. Astralis pissed after that last round showing. But mousesports split as Frozen tries to find his calling. Magic's in the little pit. Device in the backside. Chris J's going to be spotted. And oh no, now Magic knows exactly where both CTs are at.
Oh my god. Oh.
Frozen almost gets cleared. Oh, and it's through smoke from Magic. This is going to activate Chris. He walks in, and he knows Device is back here. Both Oppers missing a shot, and Device recovers quicker with a no-scope to the chest. Rest in peace, Chris. mousesports 7, Astralis 2.
What happened? What happened? They had Magic in that moment. They could have turned the corner on Pit. I don't know. I guess they didn't see him. Look at this damage.
Wow.
Yeah, way back on Zipex. It wasn't done with you, buddy. He'll get the kill, and there's the no-scope from Device jumping up the reposition. It's kind of like an op knives type situation. Just going for the shots where if you can find him. Knew he was going to get caught in the reposition.
Beamas.
Whoa!
His first ace in Pro CS today, just a couple of rounds ago against Astralis in a grand final, which is pretty major. Also, I did some investigating, and thanks to someone on the internet, Steve M, I think his name was, he told me that Chris J's cup, his mug, it says Lucky Cup on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just wanted to slip that one in.
Oh, because it's in another language?
Yes, it's in, I guess it's in Dutch, maybe?
Oh, right, okay.
Deutsch.
Deutsch.
Well. 2 ops here between Kerrigan and Chris. So
First ace.
yeah, that's surprising
Astralis.
and really awesome. And it was a really good ace.
Yeah.
It wasn't just yeah, it was a pretty cool ace, something unique.
Welcome to the big leagues. Let's see it. Oh, one more.
Oh, one more. Yeah.
One more.
He's coming.
Come on.
Come.
All right. Fall back. Let him come to you. I like the idea.
Damn.
If it's going to be Rops to kick off this second map and BMAS is right behind him, then that's the kind of recipe that they need. Everybody from mousesports has to step up. And Kerrigan, well, he's going to deliver this op frag inside of the apartments. BMAS with a deagle on the side of the smoke, slips through. What you doing, device? Where you going?
Wow, he just outdueled. I mean, he just out-opted Dupree, right? Like perfect pre-aim, faster shot. And Dupree, I think, was opting at the end of the long haul there, waiting for that specific peak. Nasty by Kerrigan.
Just in the 1v5. Dies. mousesports taking 8. This is a stellar defensive half. Now we're into that backstretch. 5 rounds to go for Astralis to try and recover. mousesports definitely starting to heat up.
That's a sick shot, Kerrigan. Really sick stuff. They keep this, and then they upgrade in the middle. All their pistols now have AKs. Astralis, they've won a couple of eco rounds, but they're really falling apart here on T-side. Shocking to see.
3 players up ult. No, excuse me, make that 4.
And basically, either of these teams decimate any other team in this tournament on Inferno. Decimate. Own them. But now they're going up against each other, and we're seeing mousesports come through with this big of a lead. Insane.
Kerrigan creeping back around the angle. Misses the shot, dives into cover. Astralis not going to stick with this, but they've done a good job of getting mousesports to stack heavy on the A site. They've got 1 flashbang, 2 smack 10s, and a whole lot of gusto to try and take this B site. Chris J over on the new box. It's his turn to deliver. And oh, Frozen. 3 kills immediately. 2 with the AK, 1 off the frag. It's a full house on the B site for mousesports.
Starting to really fall in love with this Frozen Chris J affair over on B. They are working so well together. The harder site to hold. And Chris, sometimes he dies, but Frozen almost never.
Device didn't take a single opening duel on train, but ended it with 9 multi-kill rounds.
Wow. Didn't even take 1 opening duel. Late round scaling. I like that. Timeout is going to be called, and it is much needed. Look at the kill discrepancy.
Rops. 2 players over 100 ADR for mousesports. It's that young trio of talent from mousesports. So intimidating. Of course, it's being supported by returns to form from the likes of this guy, Kerrigan and Chris. Double op, 2-pronged assault. But one of the frontiers goes down. Device inside of the smoke. He's got a couple of players trying to go onto the boost. He could just rock their world. Frozen's gonna get called out. Chris J jumps back into the cover, and then he sticks around. Oh, and he just no-scopes Device, looking like he had a chance at an additional kill, but suddenly that B site's compromised, and it's there for the taking. Astralis, well, they're gonna get this 3rd one, because you just know BMAS and Rops are gonna have to save.
Yeah, basically the only rounds that Astralis are winning here are they're getting these crazy entries, whether it's on their save rounds or a round like this where they, Device gets one over Frozen. Frozen's waiting for him to come through with that push. He's not even flashed off his position either, so there's a chance they die, but the setup falls apart beyond that. And of course, opening kill for Magisk on the push down mid. Don't know if that was one of the ops or not, but whoever it was took a bullet to the face. I think you're still fine here if you're mousesports. like, playing it cool. I don't know what you're necessarily worried about at the moment, because I think the more important rounds you're winning, like the rounds that are slowed down a bit, it's kind of like what we saw in Train, but it's like mousesports only started winning when they started doing these kinds of rushes. So I think the only thing that mousesports have to worry about is making sure to stop them. It'll be so cool to see what happens when we move into the second half, but there's still a chance here for one unbelievable CT side here for mousesports, or a quiet crawl back for Astralis to 6.
Almost on the money.
Yeah, they've got him pushed all the way back. There's a lot of CTs holding here at mid, and they were spotting it with BMAS, so I wonder if they're going to rotate over. Oh, they're going to throw some late grenades. I think they catch a bit of a timing here, Astralis. Maybe that makes them uncomfortable.
Oh! Whew. Yeah, we're getting greasy. There's so many layers to this utility, and then on top of that, he pushes nearly into the boost.
Damn.
A lot of posturing going on here on Banana. You love to see it. Layers on layers of setups.
Man, they're playing Cubby on Arch so often, and it's been a really important spot here for mousesports on the CT side. They're getting info on mid once in a while. It's not always smoked. And Astralis, they're changing the game plan a little bit. They know, I mean, they've seen Kerrigan rotate as a third man over in this position before, and I think they don't want to make fools of themselves by running into the stack, but there isn't Kerrigan here right now. And Rops again in the Cubby. Let's see what it can do.
Perfect.
Another kill, yeah.
Then he waits. And if he goes right back, he's going to find himself another. But Device, well, he's gotten a kill over on the B site. Bomb inbound. Oh, Rops takes Zipix out of the sky. And even with the second player on B dead, mousesports will hold with Bomb in a comfortable 3 versus 1. Double digits on the CT side of Inferno, their opponent's map pick.
Yeah, they both are taking their opponent's map pick potentially and doing it in style. Man, I'm loving the game plan here from mousesports. They're doing a good enough job of making the round long on B. Astralis clearly wanted to go there early. That gets shut down. Over here, Cubby is getting used over and over again. It's been such a critical component. Allowed BMAS to get his ace. We saw Robs get a 2K from there, another 2K right here. And it's something that Astralis are overlooking a little bit. I really like how mousesports are approaching this.
This is what we needed to see. You know, even if they just fizzled into like an 8-7 CT side on Inferno, you'd think that Astralis just had too much. But if they can dominate them in at least an opening 15, then it takes back that precedent. Takes back the tone Astralis set for this series, which really did sound and feel like domination.
So, do they have a stack going on at Arch? It looks like they do, which is a new way to disrespect this smoke and something that might not get cleared, right? So we'll see. Dupree's up close. They're spamming. They might know someone's pushed up. Oh, they're trying to get away from it, and it'll end up getting them a kill.
Oh, Zipix, he was watching the other direction. They did not anticipate that one.
They're getting outdone.
Incendiary in both directions as well here from mousesports, making the most of the utility just to keep the T's away from any kind of big commitment. Will mousesports make an additional move? Will they go pushing anywhere? Prying for information. With a man advantage, are they comfortable to just sit? Glaive gets the AK back. That's everyone from Astralis on full force. The Device is tagged to 50 and 30 seconds left on the clock. They're going to leave this A site with mousesports having the majority of their members over on that side of the map. It is Chris J and Frozen to combine. But then all of a sudden, it's the double back once more, and it works perfectly. It works perfectly. It is only Kerrigan inside of the site. And Glaive, well, he's got BMAS cut off, but BMAS barrels back. Kerrigan from the top rope shuts down Magisk, and BMAS right there to help him. Astralis thought they'd gamed the rotates, and oh, had they ever. But mousesports at that final moment realized what's up and shut Astralis down.
Now they're coming through on an individual level as well. Nice positioning here from Kerrigan. Oh, BMAS being very careful about stepping back into Arch. These were all huge. And Glaive, he makes the play right. He throws the Molotov down about halfway through the smoke, picks up the gun. As soon as the smoke comes up, Molotov comes up as well. He knows nobody moves back into Cubby, so he has that cleaned 100%. And then, again, the B hit into the A hit. It was actually a beautiful game plan by Astralis, but the individual showing up now for mousesports on top of it.
Heavy apartments control from Astralis. Very much now known. Not hiding it or masking the sound they're making. Damn, VMAS does not die. 4 deaths at the moment.
Really happy to see that.
We needed to see something from mousesports. And it was never going to be a one-man army. BMAS is going to extend into middle here, looking for that headshot.
The Punisher.
It's him and Rops combining side by side for heavy impact. But it's Zipex trying to clutch in the 1 versus 4. 40 seconds. Bomb belongs to mousesports. And BMAS, he's already cut off his exit. Zipex, he's going to have to stay honed in on this, but he turns his attention, and BMAS is going to find him through the edge of the wall. mousesports, 12-3 CT side on Inferno after getting wrecked on Train.
Fresh off the jet, hit the crew like where y'all at? Whole team making big moves. Yeah, we do it so cool. This that dedication for your consideration. Gotta live it up when you work so hard. Yeah, we do it up like oh my God. So show up, temperature keep on rising, baby, go up. And I'm giving you what you like, now baby, let's go. Baby, please, baby, please don't tease, 'cause now you're here with me. And tonight we gonna see, hey, shine, shine, shine. Show it up to the world. Shine, shine, shine. Show it up to the world. Everybody just shine. Everybody just shine. Cool off too high. Too hot, too high. Too hot, too high. Everybody just shine. Everybody just shine. Cool off too high. Too hot, too high. Too hot, too high. Goddamn girl, you doing that? Like a gun bang killer now. Hold up. You a vibe, you a vibe. Make a man spend it all in the night. So dangerous. On the gram, body crazy, getting famous. And guess what? Yeah, she knows she bad. Best thing that they wish they had. So show up. Temperature keep on rising, baby, go up. And I'm giving you what you like, now baby, let's go. Baby, please don't tease, 'cause now you're here with me. And tonight we gonna see, hey, shine, shine, shine. Show it up to the world. Shine, shine, shine. Show it up to the world. Everybody just shine. Everybody just shine. Cool off too high. Too hot, too high. Too hot, too high. Everybody just shine. Everybody just shine. Cool off too high. Too hot, too high. Too hot, too high. Since that one night I seen that smile upon your face. No words to say, yeah. It's me and you forever together, and I know it's true. We gon' shine. Hey, shine, 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 shine. Show it up to the world.
Astralis made mousesports look flat. Thank God they bounced back once they hit the ground running on Inferno. They have a 9-round lead as they take to the T side of what was Astralis' first map pick. Best of 5 grand finals here for DreamHack Masters Winter. We got a lot of Counter-Strike on the docket, and it kind of seemed like it was slipping, but not so much anymore. Zipex, nice execution with the pistol. But of course, he is the one man in position from Astralis on this B site early. A lot of bodies coming over for the retake, though. Do not think this one is done. Kerrigan, he's going to be barely alive, though. Comes off of that bomb plant. Chipped away to 3 HP. Glaive looking for an entry. He gets executed alongside Dupree. So it's all on Device and Magis. Can we get this wraparound from mousesports? Chris, he's going to puff his chest and draw attention away from the fact that there's a double flank here for Mouse. BMAS, easy execute. Device, 1v3. Takes down Frozen, but now he's stuck in the crossfire, and mousesports with a 10-round lead.
3 mass strikes again. Another great round from him. So good on the pistols as well. 19-4. He's coming up on Rops's score. He's got almost a better score than Rops at this point. That is crazy. 2 outstanding performances on top of a great game plan from mousesports out of the first half. I am so glad we are at this point because it was Astralis. Like I want to be very honest. You know, Astralis looked better in every sense of the world. Kerrigan got outplayed, outcalled, and everyone got outshone. But in this game, the absolute opposite is true, and it's looking so damn good. And honestly, this might be an even more impressive win if they pull it off because it's here on Inferno.
A map that we thought Astralis would happily take away from them, but it's a little flash around the corner, Banana to get a man advantage. There's still tons of utility for Astralis to work with. And if mousesports want to take this map as clean as Astralis took Train, they got to make sure they minimize mistakes.
Yeah. The big thing here is, like, it looks really random sometimes when Kerrigan's walking around in T-Con, but on the top of Banana, like on T-Con on Train, but on the top of Banana, it's more of a 50-50. Like, he can pull it off. Astralis do something similar with their T side, but okay, Magis, hard right angle, looking for the Jormungandr one piece, and Chris J will make sure he can't get that. That could potentially be the site taking down. There's one person peeking out. The walk-up is huge. Dupree next up to bat. Molly to naded.
Dupree with his 2nd and 3rd kill of the map.
Did Rops do that in the air? No.
No.
Okay.
It did look like Glaive looking to take this away. All that's left over now, 5-7 getting away from him. He's got 4-3, 1 bullet left in the magazine, and a reload could absolutely cost him. Smoke soon to fade. He needs to kill Rops with that, and then he has a chance because he even gets his paws on a Galil. Runs over to the bomb site. He's got 7 HP, taps it twice. Frozen peaks, 5-7, back in hand, and now Frozen walks away. There is no time for Glaive to get this defused.
Nice play by Frozen.
Yes, sir.
Oh.
Disengaging at the proper moment. Runs back in for the sake of it. Says, I'm not scared to die. mousesports, 14-3.
Reads that perfectly. Understands the odds of him having a kit. Look at all the dead bodies around the A site. Nicely handled from mousesports, even though it comes close. Astralis almost pulled that back, right? A couple of wild 5-7 shots earlier. Maybe resulted in death on Frozen, too. mousesports on 14. They survived the NT-Eco, and again, might have the easy route here to the end. I think, talk about the end, Astralis might fight to the bitter end here on CT side. Maybe they'll win a few rounds, but at this point, they can't account for the fact that mousesports T side is very competent.
Kerrigan's gonna waste no moment. Runs through the mid-smoke like it's nobody's business, and Glaive says, I can do it too. Dupree's gonna get blown away by Frozen. Kerrigan's created so much space that this bomb gets moving up short, and they will find that pit is clear, apartments is clear, everything is theirs for the taking. So much so, in fact, that Astralis are going to let this round slip through their fingertips. A 15th on the board for Mouse. 12 map points. And Kerrigan, he's not satisfied. His bloodthirst not satiated until he takes down Zipex. And even then, he thinks to himself he wants a little bit more. Device, smoke to the floor. He escapes for the time being.
Dude, it's not. I thought if mousesports won this, it'd be like 16-13, maybe.
Had to be a grind.
Down to like individuals, huge clutches. This is great stuff. Talk about it more potentially here in the post game. But I think that first half came down to just great reliance, being able to rely on Frozen and B, some great support nades for him over towards the B site, and also just using that cubby spot, which we'll definitely see in the highlight reel, which Astralis had kind of left unaccounted for most of that half, just ignored it as a problem. But it was a problem. It was a huge problem. And it wasn't just one player who was there. It was BMAS, it was Rops. They were all doing good.
Hefty. Good first grenade, as we've come to expect from Astralis.
Kerrigan definitely has his pilot's license here on the T side because he's just always flying around corners. He'll happily take the fights, take the damage on the way.
Flashing through the smoke to find that Brackets is open for the taking. Still the majority of Astralis on the other side of the map. Magis continues to damage Kerrigan.
It's one spotted pit. Now mousesports here. This is where I think they normally would just commit, and it would have been a good idea. They find that in-between rotation, and now they're kind of slowing it down a little bit. They turn a corner here towards the archway. And they're looking for the opening. BMAS will find it.
Yeah, Device, he's going to have to double back. If he dies, then B is theirs for the taking. But Zipex, he was left as an anchor, and Device does cut down BMAS. Now it's Frozen's turn, and Rops, well, he's got that kill back on the A site, so Magisk in a pressured position.
Whoa, they could still go commit towards B with each other, but they're still, they got to figure out Zipex. Zipex is making the play of the hour, right? He's coming back through spawn to try to get the kill and then maybe turn his attention away. His information is everything. And now it's starting to become kind of this 1v1 versus Pit and Zipex to come in a little bit late. What can Magis do?
Dealing a bit of damage, but he dies. And if it's not Zipex with a big 1v3, then it's mousesports absolutely shattering expectations after the mood was set on Train. It was a very bleak mood. Skies looked gray for mousesports. Now anything is possible. We've got Nuke up next, a map that Godsent took both of these teams the distance on. A map that was a crucial element of sending Astralis down into the lower bracket, but in